Okay, welcome back everybody. You're watching the Premier League Season 3. My name is Trumpetman and I will be casting Eclypsia versus Virtus.Pro tonight. This is game 1 in a best of 3 series. Eclypsia on the Radiant side up against Virtus.Pro on the Dire. Now Eclypsia, they do have a couple of stand-ins tonight, so they may, and I think, well, they've got at least one. I don't know about the other two there. They haven't tagged up properly, but we'll see what happens. I will say this though, Virtus.Pro definitely the favourites here just because Eclypsia, they haven't had the best of results so far. They are currently 4 wins, 19 losses. That is their record as of last night. So they are looking to chalk up some more wins and try and get a little bit more crowd support on their side. Anyway, regardless, Virtus.Pro, they have opened up the band with Rubik, keeping that off Eclypsia's hands. Of course, we've seen Artstyle, he has relied on that Rubik quite a bit during the TI2. You had Dara popping out those crazy Rubiks. I think it was G who was playing them. God Kill Them All was running around with that Rubik, causing all the havoc. The double blink Rubik, absolute shenanigans from him. But Eclypsia have opened up with an Invoker ban. Now this guy was pretty much insta-ban material several months ago, but actually not so much. This is going way back, after, say, about 3 weeks after he was introduced. He was insta-ban material for quite some time, but now he really has fallen off quite a bit. I'm just wondering if Darkseid is going to slip through here. Now Virtus.Pro do have the first pick if they want him. I'm expecting both teams to run a fairly, well actually no, I'm expecting Eclypsia to run a fairly aggressive lineup. It's kind of Artstyle's thing. He plays very, very aggressive lineups. Eclypsia, on the other hand, I've seen them play a few things, including a lot of mid-game, mid-game pushes with carries like Nakes. Nakes is actually pretty damn good as well, especially after the buffs that he's received both directly through his skills and indirectly through the armlet buff as well. But we see Naga Siren has been banned out by Virtus.Pro, which leaves Darkseid still after the board if Eclypsia want to ban him out now, prevent Virtus.Pro from getting their hands on him. And of course we've still got the junglers, Ed Shen and Enchantress, the 2 heroes that Artstyle is very much likely to use if he can get his hands on either one as well. And it will actually be a Tidehunter ban. That is definitely somewhat different. Virtus.Pro, they've got the opportunity. Do they want the Darkseid? It's here for them. Darkseid, ever since the Lycan nerf, I would say Darkseid is the most banned hero, without a doubt. Darkseid and I would say Batrider now as well. In fact, Batrider also slipping through the pool here as well. Both teams have access to that. Virtus.Pro, they do have a few choices here.
10 seconds remaining.
They're going to take their time, slip back over into the reserve time in a second if they aren't watching on it. And there we go, they open up. Virtus.Pro going to open up with the Batrider. Now, Artstyle, he's got the double pick here. He's access to the Dark. He wants to, also the junglers. If he wants to grab his junglers there as well. Or we could see Artstyle popping out his CK Wisp combo. Of course, it's another combo that he absolutely loves. Templar Assassin, though, has been the first choice, and then followed up by the Darkseid. So we have currently the 2 picks here, extremely powerful in the mid game. Of course, Templar Assassin, once she gets to level 6, she becomes a huge threat, especially once she gets Refraction and Meld maxed out too. That's pretty much when she hits her peak, I would say, peak capabilities, where she can completely tear heroes apart, especially their low armor stuff like Batrider and Jakiro. They fall really, really quickly after they take a couple of Meld. After they take a Meld, hitting a couple of auto attacks, they will start to disintegrate fairly fast. Virtus.Pro, though, they have opened up with the Jakiro pick now.
Remaining.
Will they pick up a combo here, or will they just go for something basic, just solidify? Right now though, Batrider could be solo mid, could be a jungle, could be a suicide solo. Lots of choices there with the Bat. They haven't really committed to anything, but they've gone with the Chaos Knight. They decided to keep that out of Artstyle's hands, and he's responded with a Disruptor pick.
Dire team ban.
Okie doke then. It's a good Disruptor, Darkseid, Templar Assassin, plenty of AoE, and Disruptor, of course. When you combine that with Darkseid, if you can if you can get a good vacuum off inside your wall and then throw in the telekinetic wall as well, that is pretty much devastating there. And then if Disruptor throws his ult on top of it, it's very, very difficult to deal with. So Eclypsia now, they have a strong AoE presence. I would say Virtus.Pro also, they have a pretty good presence there as well. I am somewhat worried at the moment. Looks like Virtus.Pro are looking for an aggressive try. We see Chaos Knight plus a stunner. Generally means aggressive trial is coming. That or an aggressive dual lane, which is something they could try and shut down Templar Assassin with if they went with a Jakiro Chaos Knight mid. Alternatively, Batrider solo mid versus Templar Assassin is a really good way to shut her down as well. So right now, Eclypsia are possibly going to struggle in the laning phase. There's a very strong couple of combos here on Virtus.Pro's side. But if they can make it to the mid game in one piece, they are looking to be very strong with basically just the AoE combo. Darkseid plus AoE is a very strong, extremely strong combination in the mid game, and it's very difficult to fight against. Virtus.Pro will also have to be careful about diving or even just pushing early on. It's when you try and push in under those towers, especially when you've got a couple of short-ranged heroes. You've got the melee hero and a couple of short-range heroes like Chikiro and Batrider. They are very much at risk to getting vacuumed out of position and just beaten AoE'd into their doom. Continuing on the bans, though, we have had Queen of Pain banned by Virtus.Pro, just keeping those AoEs away further away from Eclypsia. They've also banned out the Chen. That makes perfect sense considering it's likely that would be a likely soft support or hard support for art style to pick up. Meanwhile, Eclypsia, they have banned off the Dirge as well as the Gondar. Now that makes perfect sense, especially when you're looking at a gank-heavy lineup like Virtus.Pro. You've got 3 really good gankers there. Keeping the Gondar away from the Suicide Solo Gondar is definitely a good plan, especially since Batrider is a good choice for the solo mid versus Templar Assassin. That, or like I said, they could run a dual mid versus Templar Assassin if they wanted to. Okay, I'm being told the stream is possibly not live. It should be live. I assume everybody can see it. So I'm going to try and sort this out. I will just double check myself. One moment here. Yeah, okay, no, stream is definitely live. Don't know what's wrong with that person's end. One of the admins is telling me that it was not live. Anyway, we do have also Enchantress banned. Again, like I said, if Artstyle can't have his Chen, Enchantress is a very quick second pick for him, just because they enjoy jumping out of the jungle and putting a lot of pressure on those hard lane towers, just being able to bust them down a 3v1 situation. But that said, in this case, it's likely. I really think we're probably going to see a trial versus trialing. I do think Virtus.Pro are going to run aggressive trying here. They've got the Chikiro, they've got the Chaos Knight. You really can't ask for much better. Apart from the Wisp as well. I mean, you throw a Wisp in there as well. That's extremely scary. That, or a Keeper of the Light. Also a really strong choice. Now, they have banned out the Night Stalker as the final choice. Also should mention that the Disruptor pick is something that many people fear in NS's hands on Virtus.Pro. But Virtus.Pro, they decide to go with a Brewmaster. Okay, I'm just looking at that. I'm wondering if we're going to see... We might see a Brewmaster mid, or we might see a Brewmaster mid, Batrider, Suicide, Solo, Chikiro, and Chaos Knight together, and possibly another solo or jungling hero like Enigma is still on the board as well. They could pick him up as well. Was not quite expecting the Brewmaster there, but we'll see what they decide to do with that. Anyway, next pick for Eclypsia. They're currently looking for another support hero. That or a jungler just for a soft support. They do have the Disruptor, but they could do with another support hero here to help them out. They also might want. They also need the primary farm, a primary farmer to go with Disruptor as well. They currently don't have that locked in. I'm assuming Templar Assassin will be solo mid. Dark's going to be taking that Suicide Solo / jungle if he gets pushed out of the Suicide Solo role. We'll see how it turns out in just a moment. They are going to go over into the overtime once again. They still have a few good choices there. I mean, Windrunner is still on the board if they want a Suicide... I mean, they could even pick up something like just a Windrunner if they want to just take something that's sort of good in the mid-game and has decent presence. I mean, Windrunner is one of those heroes you can pick on just about anything. Also, if they're looking for the AoE as well, something like Leshrac is also a really strong combination with the Darkseer on top of that. But they will have to be careful. Virtus.Pro are going to have to be careful about getting out of position just because Disruptor can quite easily glimpse someone away. Now, Windrunner has been the next pickup for Eclypsia. I'm just wondering if they might be planning to jungle the Darkseer and then throw Windrunner at the Suicide Soul. They could just be farming the Windrunner with Disruptor there, just helping her out. Or they might be planning to babysit the Templar Assassin and throw the Windrunner in mid. That is also a possibility. We've seen players like Yamata take those solo mids with the Windrunners. It is definitely a strong possibility.
10 seconds remaining. Especially
since if Windrunner versus Batrider, Windrunner has a good chance of being able to go toe-to-toe with the Batrider. She can harass him from range, and if she gets into a bit of trouble, she doesn't suffer too much from the auto-attack harass under the sticky napalm just because she can walk away from it and avoid the most of it. But they finish with a Doombringer pick. Okay, I was not expecting the Doombringer pick. Okay, so we're going to be seeing I said we might be seeing a jungle like Enigma. I think in this case we're likely to see a jungling Doombringer. I'm going to say Brewmaster is likely to be mid, Batrider, Suicide Solo. Or actually no, Brewmaster might be in the safe lane, Batrider, Suicide Solo, and Chikiro and Chaos Knight in the mid, or they might switch that round, put Brewmaster in the mid, put Chikiro and Chaos Knight in the safe lane, and Doombringer will be jungling away in the jungle. And it looks like they're just going to try and put a lot of pressure on I think with Jakiro and Chaos Knight and Batrun to try and gank a lot. They'll have the teamfight potential for Brewmaster as well, and Doombringer will just be trying to accelerate, get mad farm, and we're seeing exactly how devastating it can be. Doombringer can get a huge DPM in a very short matter of time, especially if he goes straight for a Midas and starts maxing out his Devour ASAP along with the Burning Fields. He gets a ridiculous amount of farm from that. But we'll see how this one turns out. But next one, the final pick here for Eclypsia. Actually, Windrunner could be a soft support in this case. I should have mentioned that as well. It could be Windrunner, Disruptor, and a Farmer to go on a try. And it's going to be a Sand King pick. I kind of feel like they might possibly be farming the Sand King here just to try and get him a fast blink dagger, because it's going to look like... really looks like Virtus.Pro are going to try and fight in the mid-game here. They want to have a mid-game fight, and if they can get the fast blink dagger on Sand King, it's going to be very difficult to push against, just because Sand King can come out of nowhere with the blink epicenter and completely wreck a team. Definitely a scary pros. I'm very much worried about Virtus.Pro's lineup, and we're going to be seeing a Doom then. A Doombringer, wow, we don't get to see him very often, but when he comes out, he generally makes a huge impact, especially after his Devour buffs. But we'll see if he is jungler, or if they are actually going to try and babysit him. But I'm 99% sure that it'll be a jungling Doom. Ever since the Devour buff, it has pretty much been jungle Doom is the thing to go with.
10 seconds remaining.
Going in one moment. I'll call out the players in just a second. I should also mention that we are running a Dota 2 giveaway, basically a merchandise giveaway. If you want to have a chance of winning a Steel Series Kana, a Dota 2 Steel Series Kana theme, then I suggest you go to thepremierleague.eu and check out the competition there. So just a heads up, it involves drawing Dota 2 related art or making a video. So if you're a good video editor, that's something you want to look into. Anyway, so let's call out the players here. We've got playing for Eclypsia, we have Artstyle, Enlight being a stand-in there on the Sand King. Of course, Artstyle playing Templar Assassin. Igorok 666 playing Disruptor, whoever that is. We have Eclypsia M playing Darkseer, and Eclypsia Unstop playing the Windrunner. Playing for Virtus.Pro on the Dire side, we have KSI playing Brewmaster, Airman playing the Chaos Knight and Bandit on the Batrider, Tame My Wild, playing the Doombringer, and NS playing Jakiro. Just looking at the items here, Brewmaster's opened up with a shield. The Doom's opened up with a shield and
Prepare for battle.
a Quelling Blade. Okay. Douse Knight going to go to the top lane, but looks of things actually, it looks like several players are going to be sweeping top. They might not land. So going to be a 5-man sweep up on the top lane for the Dire side. Similar situation for the Radiant. They're going to be doing a 4. No, it looks like a 3-man sweep. Unstop is going to head towards the mid. Nope, Darkseer will be heading in there as well. Darkseer has opened up the shield, likely to be taking that suicide solo up top, and it looks like it's going to be Templar Assassin. They will be farming her in the bottom lane, and I think this is mostly just to try and get her away from the Batrider. As we've seen before, Templar Assassin does suffer at the hands of Batrider, who has actually just disconnected. Apparently needing to get back in there. I think they're making motions there. Brown is saying something might be over here, watch out, but there isn't. Darkseer heading towards the top room to camp that. It will be a Windrunner solo mid, Yamata going there. Not Yamata, well, Yamata style Windrunner going in the mid there. It is Unstop playing the Windrunner. Batrider disconnecting again. Apparently his Dota is bugged. Okay, so hopefully they can fix that. Artstyle's opened up. Looks like he's saving up for his first item there. He's gone for a bit of a eco build. Sand King, Disruptor with the wards. I think between these two, I think Disruptor will most likely handle the majority of the support. Might even see Darkseer throw a hand in there. They really do need to get this Sand King farm just for the team fight potential in the mid game. They will need to watch out. They really will need to watch out for this Doombringer. They're going to need to put the pressure on, because if they don't, Doom is just going to farm up an absolute storm. I will say this much though, negative armor versus Doombringer, especially if he doesn't get that Shiva's or Assault Cuirass in there fairly early on, it is very effective at ripping him apart. You can see he starts off with 0 armor. That makes him ridiculously easy to destroy. When you start stacking negative armor on, especially if they just throw in a medallion somewhere as well, that'll be so much negative armor on Doom. No matter how much health he stacks, he will definitely need to find some early armor in there, otherwise he's definitely going to be at huge risk. Bat still hasn't managed to get back in. Just going to ask. Try and find out if we need a remake or not. I assume that's a no, okay. There we go. Batrider's back. Fantastic. This is going to be a pretty... Despite Darkseer's... despite his hard-to-gank nature, he's still definitely going to be at risk, just because they can come up behind, especially if Doom gets his hand on a Satyr fairly early on. He can actually just come out, and basically if they try and gank Darkseer, and Darkseer tries to surge away, they can just purge it off him. So Darkseer definitely going to have to watch out for that, but that's if they try to. Of course, Purge is relatively... I think the Purge is relatively expensive, if memory serves me correctly, and obviously Doom is kind of mana-hungry in the jungle. He actually needs to pop the Burning Fields of the Scorched Earth fairly frequently just to keep himself alive. Otherwise he does get burned down by the creep fairly easily. Darkseer will still need to watch out. It's definitely a dangerous combination up here that could do him in. Rune has spawned bottom. What is it? It's an invisibility rune being picked up there by Sand King. They might try and set up a quick gank there on the Batrider.
Invisibility.
Or not. They are actually going to head towards mid, and they're going to try and set something up there. Disruptor hasn't actually skilled his first skill yet. I think he's probably going to go with Glimpse. Just wait until Brewmaster steps out of position, then he's going to glimpse him back in. As they actually shell up the Sand King preemptive. Going to sneak him in there. And he's going to try and make sure he doesn't give himself away on the creeps. There we go, see him sneaking around the creeps. He's going to start burning down the Brewmaster. There we go, the telekinetic walls while Brewmaster's stuck inside. Throws down the Thunderclap, but he's unlikely to escape here. The body blocks on top of that. They should be able to run him down. Yes, they can. And the Disruptor gets the first blood there. See, Templar Assassin though. They tried to get her away from the Batrider, but in the end... she wound up stuck 1v1 against Bat anyway. It won't be this way for long though. We will have Sand King as well as Disruptor here, and they should be able to chase Batrider away and just buy some room for Artstyle to actually get some farm happening down here. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, I think... oh, actually, no, Darkseer didn't even bother going. Yeah, fair enough. Darkseer did not even bother going up the top lane. This is definitely, I think, the smarter choice, just because, like I said, Doombringer can get out behind him with the Purge, and if he gets a Purge, it's pretty much all over. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, there is a bit of a gank happening here. Artstyle is stuck inside the Firefly. He's trying to escape. He's still taking some damage. Needs to be careful. The creep could do him in here if he walks back into that Firefly, but they bring down the Batrider and manage to avoid catastrophe, although both Enlight and Artstyle falling very, very low. Meanwhile, Windrunner, I think she's going to be eating a lot of Drunken Hazes here. Yeah, there we go. I'm just wondering if he will actually max this out or not. We've actually seen Brewmaster completely wreck heroes like TA very, very easily just by maxing Drunken Haze. In this case, so Windrunner, she's picked up a bottle, so even if she has a maxed out Drunken Haze being spammed her, she'll still be the last hit just thanks to the power shot, so I doubt he'll go with that. I believe Brewmaster will just max out Thunderclap this time around. Jakiro, though, heading towards the top rune, going to scout out the 2-minute rune. It has spawned top. What is it? It's a regeneration rune, and Windrunner's actually going to go up there and try and snag it, but Jakiro should be able to keep that off. And meanwhile, Batrider going toe-to-toe with his supports once again. And despite dealing some hefty damage, he will be coming out second best just because they can afford to trade hits with him. And he's already burned through all of his regeneration, having to pop yet another potion here to try and stay alive in the lane. We'll see Disruptor popping out in a second to drive him back. He still has his own health potion if necessary. And now we see him charge in here. They are going to stack the damage on top of the Batrider. Batrider now running for his life. Will he get caught and hit? Thunderclap on him as well. There's the meld hit. Batrider losing health rapidly. Can he get away? No, he cannot. They bring him down with a combination of meld and refraction and a few nukes in there. Thrown in for good measure from Disruptor. Sand King not even needing to show up to the party. Sand King busy getting ready to stack and then pull. And there we go. See, Brewmaster... oh, no, he is actually going with the Drunken Haze build. This is, as you can see, making it somewhat annoying for Unstop to try and last hit, but of course, he can just start spamming that power shot if necessary to get those last hits in. We'll see the courier is... because he missed that rune, he decided, you know what, let me just ferry the bottle back. There we go. We'll be coming back out towards him now. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Virtus.Pro are going to try and make the most of this empty lane up top. They will be bringing this tower down in short order. If nobody... actually, speaking of which, has rotated top. He's picked up his Soul Ring, and he will be just burning down the creep there with his Iron Shell, making sure he keeps the tower as safe for as long as he possibly can. Batrider, though, still spamming that sticky napalm there, but it's not really impacting Linnea's farm all that much. He's up to 17 and 10, keeping up with the 18 and 3 Chaos Knight, who has got complete free farm at this point in time. Nobody's been up there contesting. Also, Windrunner doing quite well, 19 and 1. You see Brewmaster also doing fairly well for himself. He has actually started leveling Thunderclap now. It looks like he might have just gone for, yeah, maybe just 2 levels in the Drunken Haze. And meanwhile, Batrider's gone, okay, let me just stack the Ancients, because he doesn't really have a lot of room to work with in his lane, so he's decided to back out there and just...
fly, my pretty, fly.
get ready to... Uh-oh, Disruptor now possibly about to get picked off. We do have Sand King somewhere nearby, but he is taking some serious damage from this Firefly. Burrow Strike comes in though. Bandit now in some serious trouble. We've also got Artstyle coming back here to try and fend off the Batrider. Batrider though, fleeing with his haste rune. He is outnumbered 3-1. He won't be able to bring either hero down. Just waiting to see what the next level is for... Actually, no, he's going to get his ultimate in this next level. Just going to see if he does max out... I feel like he is going to max out Thunderclap first. There's not really much reason to go for 2 in the Thunderclap. Unless he's planning just to get the second level in Thunderclap just to last hit with specifically. To help compete with the Power Shot. So see Boots, actually no, it's not Boots for Sand King. Sand King just getting himself a TP scroll, and this is definitely not a bad plan. Sand King, of course, great at counter ganking. If somebody gets in trouble, Sand King can just teleport there and then stun straight in. Although actually not at the moment because he's kind of lacking on mana. He will need to watch out for that until he gets his arcanes up and running. Assuming he is going for arcanes. Brewmaster finishing up on his magic wand, and he will be. It looks like he will be shuttling the bottle back and forth as well. This looks like Doombringer. Actually, whoa, hang on, wait a minute. No, Doombringer has picked up his separate bottle. It's interesting to see she's jungling with a separate bottle, and I assume he's probably been ferrying that back and forth. Haven't really seen that from the Doom before, but we'll see how he does with that. We'll keep an eye on that, see if he is indeed ferrying it back and forth. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin has been left alone with Batrider. Once again, Batrider though only level 4. Templar Assassin up to level 6. I think Batrider now has to be fairly wary of trying to go 1v1 with the Templar Assassin until he gets his disable at the very least. Also, we have Disruptor as well as Sand King swinging around again to try and get the gank on this Batrider once again. You see both heroes here trying to contest for the top rune at the 6-minute mark. Brewmaster just getting his bottle out once again. The Rune Harvest spawns bottom, and the Radiant supports managed to pick it up. Oh, an invis for Sand King, and they do not have a ward there spotting it either for the Dire team, so it looks like Batrider will not know what's there. However, he's backing off anyway. I think Batrider at this point in time may even, if he gets under too much pressure, he may even just duck into the jungle as well and just take one of those camps, stack it, and then Firefly. Let's bring up the gold gain at the moment. It's currently sitting on a 1k advantage for Eclypsia, as well as the experience chart, however, somewhat favours the Dire side. I think it's mostly because of Doombringer. We see that it was favouring the Radiant for a little bit. That came out for their first couple of ganks there. That did get him ahead for a little while, but however, Doombringer is tapping that jungle better than the supports are here from the Radiant, so he will be increasing their gold gain as well as their experience lead overall as a team. As we see the glimpse there, they're going to try and bring Batrider out of position. Doesn't work though. Batrider barely shifts there. I'm just looking at the last hits here. Currently, Artstyle is doing a fairly good job on the last hits. He's up to 41 and 15. He's ahead of the Chaos Knight. He's pretty much been alone in the lane. Of course, we have had the Darkseer rotate up there, but he hasn't been able to harass him all that much. He's been backed up constantly by Jakiro. We'll see what Artstyle's sitting on at the 10-minute mark and seeing how well he's doing now. Darkseer jumping into the jungle just to check to see whether or not that hard camp was available to pull. It was not, as it looks like they're going to go for Darkseer. Rowley gets a 3-second stun now. Here comes the Ice Path as well. It will catch out Darkseer. Can they keep him in place for long enough? Darkseer popping the Iron Shell, ducks back for a second, surges back towards safety, and he will manage to escape because that is only a level 1 dual breath, and they managed to clean up a counterattack and clean up the Jakiro. Virtus.Pro not having a good result there in Artstyle. Looks like they're finally getting some traction as a team here. Can they rack up their 5th win? Although Batrider just got a kill on Disruptor, who unfortunately dived in behind the tower. Was backed up by Sand King, but they were unable to secure a kill. Sand King's still in level 3. In fact, Sand King possibly in some trouble now. Brewmaster is just going to come here and start thunderclapping him, and then Batrider ready to Firefly him in 10 seconds or so, although we will have a stun out in about that amount of time. Actually, they're going to try and burn him down on top of that, as it looks like he will get brought down anyway.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Meanwhile, up at the top lane, it looks at Artstyle. They're going to teleport's going to come in here. Gets dodged though by the refraction. He gets the kill on the tower as well. So first tower down on the map. And it goes to Eclypsia, busy building themselves a nice little gold lead there. We'll have a look at over the 1500 mark now. Not too much to write home about, although, Doom being used there on the Disruptor. Gets caught out by an Ice Path. Unfortunately, this is what happens if you wander alone as a squishy support in the enemy jungle. You do get beaten up and have your lunch money stolen. Fortunately, his teammates were too slow to react there. They get the stun down. Jakiro's doing a similar job here, about to get picked off. There goes the Sonic Trap. Gonna try and pick him out. M now in some trouble there. He will get brought down, most likely. The dust gets popped as well to spot up Artstyle as well as Sankey. They get the lasso there on Artstyle. Artstyle, some serious danger there. Looks like Sankey's just going to try and back off. Unstop, throws in a shackle, doesn't manage to latch correctly. We've got a stun in 3 seconds. Can he survive? No, Sankey gets brought down. And now Virtus.Pro equalizing the kill board, 6 apiece. He's going to try and get ahead now. Drunken Haze being used to slow down Windrunner. A power shot comes through. They're going to take out the Brewmaster. Here comes the Disruptor. Going to try and bring this one back here, although Unstop still taking damage. It's a 4-second stun. They use the glimpse to try and draw him back. There's the Windrunner as well. And he's going to keep running. Oh, the Reality Rift draws him back. He's bottling up here. He's got 2 charges on his bottle. Pops a 3rd charge there on the bottle. Gets knocked off once again. There's the Thunderclap. Couple of auto attacks. And now it looks like Chaos Knight is the next hero to drop. These CIS teams, when they go hard, they go hard. They do not back off. It's non-stop action in the jungle here. Doombringer now has gone, interestingly enough, he is not rushing. He is not rushing the Midas. This is something we've seen before. Rushing the Midas from Doombringer to get the crazy insane pump. He has actually decided to pick up phase boots first. And what's that there? He's also picked up ice armor to make himself more durable. As you can see there, it's managed to jump him up from 0 armor to 8. So that's actually that is a huge difference in terms of resilience against his jungle creep, having that physical armor there. As well, of course, he's slowing the attack speed, of course, a big factor on top of that. But now a bit of a gank on bottom. Artstyle now going to go for Bandit here as they get the ice path. It should connect there with Artstyle. In fact, yeah, we can see it there. It's already managed to hit him. It is a level 2 ice path. 2 levels there on the 2 levels on the dual breath as well. Someone's asking what happened to the Dignitas versus Eclypsia VODs. Those should be available. I cut them up like last night, so those should be there. You should be able to find them. If you go to the videos section of the Premier League channel and then you click on go from all broadcasts to highlights, there's a tab up the top to go from all broadcasts to highlights. That's where they'll be. The Twitch menu's a little iffy sometimes. I'm bringing up past ones. As it looks like the ice path doesn't last for long enough, though. They're going to try and bring down Batrider. Actually, wow, Artstyle getting very aggressive. They may regret this, taking hits there from both the forces of fire damage and gets cleaned up. Went way too deep. This is one of the dangers of chasing after a Batrider. He can lead you into a situation where you cannot avoid the fire. And you just take way too much damage from the Firefly, which is actually level 2 at the moment. Of course, if you get some sticky napalm stacks to it, it becomes very scary the amount of damage you're taking. Brewmaster now trying to swing in behind them. Doom is here as well. His ultimate is up. Eats a Centaur. He's got Stomp available now. It looks like the Radiant supports are being very careful here. Just going to check the goal graph. It's dropped down a little bit from a 3k lead to just about a 2k. Also, experience-wise, it has swung over once again to the Dire side, so a back and forth match here. We're going to try and trap them. The Flame Break is successful. There is the ultimate, the Thunderstorm there from the Disruptor, trapping Brewmaster inside. The Doom goes out on Windrunner there. She's trying to retreat though. Brewmaster manages to bring down the Disruptor there, although Brewmaster now popping his ultimate, also using the Magic Wand. They're Sankey now using his invincibility to try and escape. Gets knocked back there by the Flame Break. Knocked out of his ultimate, knocked out of his Sandstorm there. It looks like who's that there? Artstyle trying to get away. Gets Reality Rifted back into melee range. Gets taken out. Now Bandit trying to hide behind the trees. Windrunner chasing after. Can Windrunner do the damage here? She's got the dust on her. She gets brought down there by a Thunderclap. Am is still deep inside the enemy line. So he is going to manage to bring down Bandit. Now Brewmaster's still here as well. He is going to try and teleport out. Do they have a vacuum available? No, they do not. No stun as well. And the Brewmaster will manage to escape as Artstyle buys back and heads to the top lane to prevent the creep from pushing down this tower, and also to make sure he can keep on farming. At this point in time, it's a pretty cheap buyback. It's all of 400 gold, so it's not a huge investment. He has already got his Blink Dagger too. Interestingly enough, he has actually gone for power trades over phase switch. We often see phase switch just for the raw damage output, as well as the positioning. The ability, it allows Lene obviously to position a little bit better as well. Just allows to obviously run through creep and phase through units, as well as the fact that the extra speed is always nice. But right now, it looks like we've got a gank on the bottom lane. 3v1, Jakiro, no hope at all. Once he gets caught out of position with an Iron Shell, there is absolutely no hope for him. Iron Shell doing a disgusting amount of damage at level 4. It looks like Batrider, though, swinging around behind those heroes, looking for a pick-off here. I don't think he can get any of them. He's just going to harass them for a little bit with the sticky napalm. I think he's just daring them to chase him into the tree line there. They actually managed to get a lasso there on M, who stays way too close. 3 seconds stun as well. Disruptor ults. Burrow strike inside the... Do we see an ultimate? Yes, we have an epicenter coming out. Here comes a... No, not quite a double kill. As they also managed to doom the Disruptor there. Disruptor deciding to back off. And I think Doom actually got glimpsed back. Yes, he did. He got glimpsed back to mid there from teleporting out. As it looks like Windrunner does get brought low. Artstyle also in some serious trouble here. He's going to try and take Brewmaster with him. Brewmaster, though, kites away. And the slow is too much for Artstyle to deal with. And he does get brought low there. You see Disruptor. Only one spy from that bottom lane there. But now, Virtus.Pro drawing ahead on the kill board. 13-15 in Virtus.Pro's favour. That said, GPM, gold-wise, it still favours the Dice. It still favours the Radiant side. Eclypsia. Experience-wise, though, it is continuing to mount for the Dice side. Their lead is just continuing to grow and grow. Jakiro does have a dust on him once again. So I'm just going to check the overall GPMs. You see that Doom is not doing half as well. Like, considering how much of a heavy farmer this guy is, he's not really going with the farming build. In fact, well, he has maxed out Devour, but he hasn't gone for the Midas as well. And of course, he's been running around doing a few team fighters ganking. And how many times has he died? He has actually been knocked out once for 6 assists, though. He's been roaming, I guess, a little bit. We see the Artstyle as well as Chaos Knight. Linnea and Chaos Knight on top there in terms of farm. Windrunner, the next most farmed hero, along with the Batrider, around about 320 apiece. We see another invisibility room being found by Sankey. Again, getting Iron Shelled up. He's going to look for a target he can sit beside and then stun in against. I don't think he can really kill Brewmaster here, but he's going to harass him. Brewmaster probably undead. Brewmaster not paying attention there, just sort of focusing on his last hits and paying the price. I don't think he realised what was up there. Gets caught out. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight gets a kill in the bottom lane. As it looks like Batrider also getting the lasso there on Unstopped. Windrunner trying to get out. Gets in 2 seconds down the Reality Rift as well. Drawing her back into the fire. A flame break on top of that. Artstyle trying to run somebody out. He's got to slow up in 2 seconds. But Windrunner, there is no escape for her. And now Artstyle is going to get caught out here. There is way too much slow being stacked out. 3 seconds stun to boot as well. There is no escape for Artstyle. He gets brought down there as it looks like it's a bit of a lemming show here for Eclypsia. They come in one after the other and they're going to fall one after the other. There's no escape for M either. Gets brought down and now on top of that, Enlight as well. Eclypsia, miscommunication, miscalls there. One after the other. Lemmings just charging to their doom over these cliffs. Batrider, we also should mention, has picked his Blink Dagger. And of course, Blink Dagger and Batrider go together so well. It just becomes, it's pretty much, it's almost as bad as Sankey how much he needs that Blink Dagger. He becomes so much more effective with that, or at the very least the Force Staff. It allows him to close the distance and just get the hell out of there if necessary. Like, it basically allows him to jump in, especially if it's the Force Staff and the Blink Dagger. Blink in, grab someone and then Force Staff away with someone trapped inside that lasso. As we see, Doombringer finds himself a haste rune here, although he's actually going to give it to the Brewmaster. And then it looks like he's probably just going to go back and farm. He has gone straight for a Vanguard. This is more of the old Doom build, where they would just lane him as a carry. They would just go straight for the Vanguard and then possibly get the drums as well. To that, we see the epicenter as well. Surge trying to get him back in position. Doesn't do enough damage though. Sankey actually has to be quite careful here. If he can get a Burrow Strike in though, he's probably going to drop the set. Oh no, what was that? He Burrow Struck the wrong way. Did not hit Bandit. Bandit would have died if he'd been hit by that Burrow Strike. A Macropar gets thrown in for good measure. Although it looks like Darkseer will run down Bandit anyway. Down goes the Batriders. Looks like the Burrow Strike though hits NS this time around. NS likely to fall here. Throws out the Ice Path. Goes down to the Sandstorm there. A Glimpse going to try and send Doombringer away. The Doombringer is counterattacking. Great shackle shot there from Windrunner, but they clean up both Disruptor. Oh, actually, no, Disruptor's still on the run. Disruptor has managed to escape for now. Going to try and teleport out. Gets Reality Rifted back though and cleaned up. And again, Eclypsia falling behind on these kills. 16-24, Virtus.Pro's favour. Eclypsia just, again, a little bit too messy for them. Not really coming in force, whereas we see 3 of these heroes of Virtus.Pro showing up at the same moment.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I think as much Unstyle can do here. They get the shackle down. It doesn't really latch. So as you see the blink and the thunderclap there, the initiation now from Virtus.Pro is a lot stronger. Until that Sankey gets his Blink Dagger, there's not a lot he can do about it. Now Artstyle about to get caught out. They bring a dust in here. This could be trouble. As it looks like Artstyle going for the double melds here, but now they know he's here. It looks like, there we go. No blinks away. The shackle shot as well. Going to pin down the Brewmaster. Power shot to make sure he can't immediately blink after that. A Glimpse as well. Going to try and send somebody back. Not really doing a whole lot. They're slow coming in there from the Sonic Trap. Artstyle's coming back around again. He's got to blink up in 1 second. I hear Reality Rift though. Trying to drag somebody back in. Looks like it didn't actually happen and it managed to cancel there.
Middle tower is under attack. attack.
And that time it worked. They've caught out Disruptor. A 2-second stun gets healed up by Mech. Will he get brought down? A stun coming through there from the Forester. The ultimate from Disruptor. Thunderclap as well. The wall from Darkseer. Doom has been popped though on the Templar Assassin. Can they bring it down? Thunderclap from the Brewmaster. Brewmaster uses Brummel Split. Batrider chasing after Artstyle. Artstyle still retreating. We've got the Flame Firefly happening as it looks like a blink. Oh no, a glimpse backwards there for the Batrider. Shackle Shot doesn't latch. They managed to dodge there with a Sankey. Gets spotted up by a Revlord. Brought down by a Doombringer. Smacking him with their sword. And now Artstyle being caught up by a Lasso. Ice Path as well. Artstyle drops. Linnea is down. It's a 3-for-2 trade at the moment. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-for-4. Shackle Shot, maybe a 3-for-5. In fact, Dual Breath as well. Ice Path, it's a 3-for-5. That's a wipe. That is unfortunate. Actually, no, sorry, 2-for-5 there, unless somebody else dropped in the middle of that. No, I do believe it was a 2-for-5 trade. Definitely not a good result there for Eclypsia. Virtus.Pro, though, probably giggling their way all the way back to the bank there. Doombringer up to 2.6k gold, and looks looking at the supports as well. 1k there on the twin-headed dragon, as well as Brewmaster sitting on 1500. Eclypsia, for their great start that they had, unfortunately this falling, I think it just comes down to coordination. Eclypsia just don't have the same coordination that Virtus.Pro have at the moment, and it's just letting them down in these sort of messy team fights. Artstyle not quite having the range with the level 1 meld. Oh no, he's going to regret this possibly. There we go. There's the Burning Field again, once again, just going to get rid of Artstyle's refraction and make sure he's quite vulnerable. In fact, if Brewmaster had a little bit more mana, they could probably take him out. As you can see, another Ice Path come out, catching 2 heroes there. Artstyle with the Drunken Haze on him. Not much he can do in terms of DPS right now with that. Really screwing up his day. He blinks forward. He's going to try and take out NS. He might actually get this. He does. The meld hit is enough. A Burrow Strike there on Tame My Wild. The Brewmaster trying to retreat here. I hear Batrider has managed to ult somebody, but they're going to take down the Brewmaster. Batrider has actually cleaned up Windrunner. But Artstyle does pick himself up a double kill there. Uh-oh. I hear a Doom pop out. It's on Sankey. Sankey being hit by the Reality Rift. There's the BKB from the Chaos Knight. Sankey gets dropped. Now M likely to fall as well. The ultimate from Disruptor. I don't believe it's going to be enough. As we see Chaos Knight just go to town and everybody. 500 damage crits. Glimpsing back the Brewmaster, but it's not quick enough. Disruptor falls. And now it's Artstyle is the only one left standing. Likely to fall in a second as well. If he gets caught out, no, he will actually manage to back off here. And we're going to check the items to see if anybody's brought anything up. Although, there we go. We've got the refraction. It's not going to last for long. Though. Gets hit by the 4 seconds done. Does somebody have a gem here? There's some detection up, I think, spotting him. I think he was just in range of that ward, unfortunately. I'm going to check the items as well. What have we got here? Windrunner, oh rather, Darkseer's got his mech. Windrunner, for all the farm, has not really managed to pick up all that much. She's got a phase boots. Looks like she was working towards a 4-staff as well. Hasn't managed to pick him up either. Apparently I'm speaking in Liam Neeson. What? What are you guys talking about? Brewmaster though, going for the Arcanum Scepter, the ult stick there. And of course the OMG WTF BBQ Pandas. Very, very scary stuff. If you get the ult stick by about at least the 25-30 minute mark, it is very, very difficult to deal with. Chaosai though, still farming away in the jungle here. He's got 4.7k farmed up. It looks like Darkseer's going to surge forward. Batrider though just blinks out. Easy as you please. He's also going to charge his way around the trees. He's vulnerable there. Gets hit by a Burrow Strike. Glimpsed back into position there. Eclypsia now on top of the Batrider. We've got M there. He falls back to the ground. He's run out of Firefly and cleaned up by a vacuum. He was trying to drag Doombringer back in as well, but however, it's Chaos Knight has arrived. He's going to beat on top of everybody as we see the Burrow Strike goes through there. The ultimate from Disruptor doing absolutely nothing against his BKB. He does not care. The Ice Path, the Thunderclap there on Artstyle. Artstyle likely to fall. I don't think he's got any escape there, and the GG is called. Eclypsia, for all the great start that they had in the laning phase, unfortunately, Virtus.Pro in the end just had better coordination in these team fights. When it came down to it, they were working better as a team. On a 1v1 situation, Eclypsia, they were moving around the map, getting these ganks off just fine. But in the 5v5s, the coordination just was not on par with Virtus.Pro, and they ended up suffering for it. Just going to wait for Enlight to leave so we can go to the in-game screen. I don't think he's just going to try and get one last kill here if he can manage it. Brewmaster's still here, so's Doombringer. He wants his kill. He's gonna. There we go. Burrow Strike through, gets the kill. GG and pause. Trash talk the other team and then leave. Why not? Because why not? as Alright, you know what? I know the Ghost Gamer guys will get mad at me for doing this, but I am just going to disconnect because I don't know if that's going to do it properly. Anyway, we'll be back in about 5 minutes with game number 2, so stay tuned. Eclypsia versus Virtus.Pro.